Hello guys and welcome back to OdnanFCB. Barcelona's summer transfer window is beginning to heat up once again, and honestly guys, this Julián Álvarez situation is starting to feel like one of the biggest transfer sagas Barca have been involved in for a very long time. Because while Barca continue pushing to improve Hansi Flick's squad ahead of next season, Atletico Madrid are making one thing very clear. They do not want to lose Julián Álvarez to Barcelona. And honestly guys, the tension between both clubs is already becoming very obvious. We have updates on Julián Álvarez, Bernardo Silva, Marc Cucurella, Rafael Leão, Marc Cucurella, Alejandro Grimaldo, Lamine Yamal, and more. So let's get into it. First of all guys, let's start with Bernardo Silva because his situation is becoming very interesting once again. According to recent reports, Bernardo Silva still wants to join Barcelona this summer, and the player is basically waiting for the club to make a final decision regarding his arrival. And surprisingly guys, the problem right now is not really the financial side. Bernardo Silva is reportedly available as a free agent, meaning Barcelona would not need to pay a transfer fee. The real issue right now is Hansi Flick, because Flick reportedly feels that Barca already have too many midfielders, and if Bernardo arrives, somebody would likely need to leave first. And honestly guys, that makes complete sense. Barcelona still need exits this summer. The squad cannot continue growing without players leaving because financial fair play is still something Barca must carefully manage. And that now brings us directly to Marc Cucurella. Because Cucurella is one of the names beginning to appear in possible exit conversations this summer. His name was reportedly mentioned during negotiations involving Monaco and Ansu Fati, whose permanent move now looks basically completed. But honestly guys, Cucurella is a difficult player to judge when it comes to selling him, because on one hand, some fans may look at him and think he is one of the easier players to sacrifice. But at the same time, he is young, he loves Barcelona, he earns a very low salary compared to many others in the squad, and he never causes problems. Even when he is not playing, he continues working quietly. And honestly guys, players like that are important in a squad. You cannot build a dressing room filled only with superstars and massive salaries. Sometimes you need hard-working players who understand the badge and accept their role. So personally, I think Cucurella still has value at Barcelona. But the reality is clear. If Barca want more signings, some departures are going to happen. Now another important figure behind many of these operations is Jorge Mendes. And honestly guys, once again he looks set to become one of the most influential people in Barcelona's entire transfer window, because Mendes is involved with multiple Barca players, multiple possible exits, and also potential arrivals. And one very interesting Mendes client that could be on the move this summer is Rafael Leão. The Portuguese winger reportedly wants a new challenge away from AC Milan, and he openly admitted over the weekend that he feels his cycle there is coming to an end. Now honestly guys, I do not really expect Barcelona to enter that race right now, especially after signing Anthony Gordon. But if this situation happened a few years ago, Barca probably would have pushed very hard for Rafael Leão. Still, it will definitely be interesting to see where he ends up. We also have another major name potentially available this summer, Ibrahima Konate. According to reports, the Liverpool defender could leave after failing to agree on a new contract. And honestly guys, that is a huge opportunity for somebody. Real Madrid have been linked before, but right now nothing appears fully decided. Another player now speaking publicly about his future is Alejandro Grimaldo. And honestly guys, Grimaldo returning to La Liga would not surprise me at all. The former Barca Academy player has confirmed he wants to return to Spain, and Barcelona have always kept an eye on him over the years. Now whether Barca actually make a move is another question, but his profile, experience and understanding of the club would definitely make him an interesting option. And speaking about the left side guys, another very interesting situation is Marc Cucurella, because reports from England suggest Chelsea could allow him to leave this summer if the right offer arrives. And honestly guys, Flick clearly wants improvements on the left side of the squad. Barcelona already strengthened the attack with Anthony Gordon, and now attention could shift toward left-back depth as well. Cucurella is a player that already understands the club, understands La Liga, and brings incredible energy. And honestly guys, when Barca played Chelsea earlier this season, Cucurella was excellent. His pace, intensity, and defensive work caused serious problems, especially against Lamine Yamal, which is not something many defenders can say. So this is definitely a situation worth watching closely. Now speaking of Lamine Yamal guys, there has finally been another update regarding his condition ahead of the World Cup. And honestly guys, every Barca fan is nervous right now whenever Spain release any updates about him, because after missing the end of the season through injury, nobody wants unnecessary risks. Luis de la Fuente has now confirmed that Yamal is expected to be ready for Spain's opening World Cup match against Cape Verde on June 15th. But honestly guys, Barcelona fans will still be extremely cautious because the conditions at the tournament are expected to be very demanding physically. Heat, humidity, constant matches, everything needs to be managed carefully. And honestly guys, as exciting as it will be to watch Lamine Yamal at the World Cup, his long-term health is far more important. Now finally guys, we have to talk about Julián Álvarez because this situation is becoming absolutely massive. And honestly guys, this no longer feels like a simple transfer rumor. This feels like a full summer saga. Barcelona want him badly. Julián reportedly wants Barcelona. But Atletico Madrid are doing absolutely everything possible to stop this deal from happening. And honestly guys, you can already feel the tension building between both clubs. Atletico Madrid president Enrique Cerezo publicly stated that Julián Álvarez will remain an Atletico player for many years, and the club continues refusing to even acknowledge Barcelona's reported offer. And honestly guys, that tells you everything. Atletico know how dangerous this situation could become, because if Julián openly pushes for Barcelona, things could get very complicated very quickly. The biggest issue right now is the price. Reports suggest Atletico Madrid could demand around 150 million euros before even considering negotiations. And honestly guys, that is an enormous amount of money. That is the kind of number that immediately becomes risky no matter how talented the player is. Still, Barcelona reportedly remain confident. The club believe they can eventually make this happen. But honestly guys, this is not going to be quick and it is not going to be easy. This could easily become one of the longest transfer stories of the entire summer. And the big question now is simple. Do Barcelona actually have a backup plan? Because right now, it feels like the club are putting everything into trying to sign Julián Álvarez. And if Atletico refuse to cooperate, Barca may eventually need to consider other options. But for now guys, the saga continues. And honestly, this summer is only just getting started. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Would you pay 150 million euros for Julián Álvarez? Would you sign Marc Cucurella? And should Marc Casado stay at Barcelona? Also guys, I can see that a lot of you watching the videos right now are not actually subscribed to the channel. So if you are enjoying the content and want to continue supporting OdnanFCB, make sure to subscribe because it really helps boost the channel massively and helps me continue bringing you all of this Barca content every single day. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.